Hey everyone, and welcome back to another collection video. We all grew up watching the Transformers on TV, and with me and my co-host currently watching the Headmaster episodes on the Transformers and Beer podcast, which you can listen to on iTunes under the same name, I thought I would take the opportunity to show you some of my Transformer VHS and DVDs that are currently in my collection. Before we get any further, I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank everybody who subbed to my channel. It's greatly appreciated, and I love all the support that you guys have given me, leaving the comments and helping spread the news of my life in collecting. So thanks again, everybody. Stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy this video. Let's start off with an oldie but goodie, and by that I'm referring to the medium of VHS tapes. I'm still a fan of VHS, and even still have a few players at home along with a bunch of movies. But this episode of the Transformers Fire in the Sky holds a place in my memory even after all these years. Jetfire was a figure I never owned as a kid, but I always thought how cool he was based on his size and realism. I think all kids just enjoyed playing with fighter jets. FHE, or Family Home Entertainment, is an American home video distributor that released a number of Generation 1 episodes on video, both VHS and beta during the 1980s, and was also responsible for the first home video release of the Transformers the movie. The most memorable thing about the FHE video releases was that the back of each box featured a comic strip summarizing the episode rather than a paragraph plot description. As you can see here, the back of the box is actually showing how the Decepticons discovered Jetfire frozen in the ice in the Arctic after millions of years, and what their plan is in terms of bringing him over to their side. This is the only VHS copy of Transformer episodes that I have, but I'm happy to have it and will gladly collect more of them if I could find them. I'm not particularly hunting for them, but if I come across them in the wild, I'll pick it up for sure. And aside from the artwork on the back of the box as well as on the front, there's not too much other detail. It's got the standard picture of main character on the side of the box, Jetfire, and also the indication of what volume this is in the VHS series. Okay, so moving on, next is a series that is currently being watched on our podcast. The Headmasters is a Japanese anime television series that aired from July 1987 to March 1988. Initially, Takara, the Japanese producers of the Transformers toy line, imported the American Transformers cartoon series from 1985 to 1986, and when the series came to an end with the three-part miniseries The Rebirth in 1987, Takara decided to continue the series themselves, declining to import The Rebirth, and instead creating a full-length 35-episode spin-off series, which is The Transformers, the Headmasters. The Headmasters occurred 1 year after the return of Optimus Prime, introducing the title characters to the Transformers universe in a different way. So as you can see on the back of the box, along with a brief description, they've got some still shots here of some key characters in the show. Mindwipe, Grimlock, Galvatron, and such. Okay, without further ado, I think we should take off the slipcover and see what's actually on the inside of this DVD case. So after the slip's been removed, you can see that the actual hard case has the same picture of the front. Opening it up, you can see there is a little slip booklet here. Now the details of this is obviously for promotion for other sets, such as the Transformers The Complete series, as well as the Beast Wars series, which was another animated Transformers show that we also did review and give our thoughts on in the Transformers Beer podcast, as well as other series promoted by the Shout Factory company, such as Reboot, which was a series I watched on TV, and obviously along with G.I. Joe, which pretty much everyone else watched as well. And Mask, another good 80s cartoon series that I enjoyed. So that's pretty much it. That's just a single sheet of paper. The underneath of it, on the inside of the cover, it gives you just a title description of what's on each disc, which is essentially the episodes of the shows. And taking a look at the discs themselves, nothing too great in terms of artwork on them. You can see they're on flip covers, so there's 1, 2, disc 3, and disc 4. And without further ado, let's move on to the next piece from my video collection that I want to show you guys. 2010 is when the Transformers franchise returns to the small screen under the name Transformers Prime. Now this particular disc is called Darkness Rising, which was a 5-part miniseries that kicked off the Prime cartoon. Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and the rest of the Autobots battle Megatron and the evil Decepticons per usual. But while battling evil and trying to defend Earth from being destroyed, the Autobots also must guard Jack, Miko, and Raph, which are the 3 kids introduced in this timeline who have accidentally discovered them on Earth. Familiar voices like Frank Welker, who voiced Megatron in the original Transformers animated series, portrays that character in this as well. This series ran for 3 years and had 26 nominations and 14 wins in various television award shows, including the Emmys. This was also my second favorite Transformers series to watch behind the original series, so I'd highly recommend it and check it out if you haven't done so yet. Okay, next is my Transformers Collector Edition DVDs, which is a set that I managed to pick up while I was out thrifting one time. So obviously it's missing the outer cover on them, but for the most part everything else on the inside is pretty minty. Special features of these particular sets in this season 1, all 16 episodes are in chronological order, digitally remastered from original 35mm negatives on 3 discs. Special bonus disc 4 contains all special features, such as the remastering process, animation outtakes and anomalies, Japanese Transformers show openings, animation tests and slates, bumpers, Japanese bumpers, scripts from episode number 4, a taste of BotCon, which shows you highlights from the 2001 Transformers convention. The DVD box set also includes 2 limited edition cells of Transformer characters. First thing you notice is excellent artwork. Obviously these are like cells taken, or shots of cells taken right from the series. Nicely displayed and presented. You can see there's different colors on all the disc carriers. Now they put a lot of effort into this. So this case, as you can see, opens up like a book. One side has an image of Optimus Prime, the other one had an image of Megatron. Fully opening the case, you can see it contains 4 discs. 16 episodes are in this set. Disc 1 had 5, Disc 2 had 5, Disc 3 had 6 episodes. And as I said before, Disc 4 is all the special features. And as you can see here, there's the inside pocket. In this, there's a booklet explaining each of the episodes and the cells and the characters. The real bonus, though, as I mentioned, is the cells in this package, each one depicting a scene from an episode in the show, taking from the 35mm film reel itself. One good thing Rhino did a good job on is reproducing the format for the whole series, digitally putting each one into the DVD format. The sound effects and music are just like the original, but way more crisp, and gives also more effect, and it's still just as good as it was 20 years ago in my opinion. Here we go. As you can see, we're looking through the book. Basically gives you a brief description of every episode entitled in this collector disc package. I'm not going to bother reading them. There's that VHS that I had, Fire in the Sky, where the Autobots find Jetfire frozen in the Arctic. So feel free to pause at any point you want to maybe read a description of a particular episode. I'm not going to bother talking throughout all this, but I will go through all the DVD cases here. Maybe I'll point out and speak on certain things throughout, but for the most part, just sit back and enjoy the show. Take a look at the different cells, pictures that they have included in each of these DVD packages, as well as the pictures that they've also included within the books. So that's pretty much it for Season 1. I think a real nice display and certainly a nice opening piece for this entire collection. Moving on to Season 2, you can see it's going to be the exact same format. Again, nothing really new in terms of DVD special features. A lot of it is just continued on. Again, this opens up in the same way. Initially seeing two pictures from stills from the cartoon series, obviously Starscream and Megatron. Again, different coloring behind all the different packages of the DVD carriers. Again, this one also has a special pocket, which should contain some cell stills as well as, again, descriptions of all the episodes in Season 2. And you see here, this one also came with a little collector card. Now the stills for this one, we have pictures of Ravage jumping through the air, as well as Megatron admiring and holding up an Energon cube. Again, all scenes taken from certain episodes within the series. And again, this one actually has a little display piece in terms of advertising for collector figures that you can buy. And this side here has the commemorative series, which you can purchase. I do have numerous commemorative series boxed figures. They were representatives of, or similar to what you might have seen in Japan, where they had the Takara style book style figures packaged. And again, opening up the book, it's got descriptions of all the episodes in this Season 2, Part 1. So I'm just going to be quiet now for the next little bit. You guys can just pause at any point you want to read the description of whatever episode you might find interesting in this Season 2, Part 1. You can see they've added some new characters as well. Obviously, later on in the seasons, as per normal with a lot of shows, there's new character introductions, such as like Devastator in Season 2. Okay, on to the next package. We have Transformers Season 2 Part 2. Obviously, continuation with the remaining episodes from Season 2. Along the lines, just exactly the same features, featurettes. Opening up this case, this time we're greeted with two pictures, one of Starscream standing over Megatron and the other one Ironhide firing at somebody, not sure who. There's a picture of Miniseries on the inside, and again, just a real nice display in terms of how they did it. They could have really made this flip open book, I think, a lot simpler and cheaped out in terms of putting discs, back to back on the same flip cover. But they really made and put some effort into making a nice presentation, which I really appreciate. So out of the pocket again, we're greeted with again two cells from various episodes. One of them being a young Optimus Prime, known as Orion Pax, and I believe that shot was him shaking hands with Megatron before everyone knew what Megatron was or what his plans were. And again, feel free to pause or stop any part of me flipping through this book in terms of if you want to read any details of any particular episodes. For me, I'll just say one thing, as you can see going through this book. They've obviously started to introduce characters from different worlds. And for me, this is sort of where the show, or always a good indication of when a show is starting to really lose momentum and interest in terms of just sort of mailing episodes in just for content. I can't stand it when they introduce, characters that really aren't needed. A lot of human interaction here and such silliness as, Transformers falling in love with humans, as you can see here where Power Glide showing he's got a heart, or an image of a heart. I believe in that episode he falls in love with a human girl. So just nonsense like that. Really, it's for me, it was the decline of the series, and I think where I started losing interest. I think even as a kid, I was smart enough to know that this was garbage. So next is something I think everyone who's a Transformers fan recognizes, and this is Transformers the Movie 20th Anniversary Special Edition. As you can see here, you are seeing double. I have two, but for a special reason. The one on the left is open, whereas the one on the right is still sealed. But what I love about it is that it has a Future Shop price tag on it, and obviously everyone knows Future Shop went out of business quite some time ago. So that one will always remain sealed for me and have a special place in my heart because I remember going to Future Shop a lot and really enjoying it as one of my main staples of shopping. Some special features for this 20th anniversary edition. There's a sneak peek at the 2007 live action movie, including trailer and Spielberg Bay interviews. There's multiple audio commentaries, all new exclusive interviews with key creative talent. There's original toy commercials, deleted footage, test footage, storyboards, and trailers. Episode from the original series with commentary. There's a DVD-ROM interactive game. And as you can see, once it's opened up, there are two discs. One's got a picture of Unicron on it, and the other one has the Matrix of Leadership. So overall, nice presentation. I love the artwork that they've put throughout this, and definitely a necessity if you are a Transformers fan. Though there's obviously been later releases in terms as the movie's anniversary has progressed throughout. There's also a little booklet on the inside, which has a little mini comic strip showing scenes from the animated movie itself. So that's pretty much it, guys. My entire Transformers DVD and VHS collection to date so far, though I'm hoping to obviously expand on it. Obviously, anytime if I find something in the wild, especially a VHS, I'll gladly pick it up. But thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Again, thanks everybody who's subbed so far, who's left comments, and who have been nothing but supportive as I've been putting out the videos for this channel. You can find me on Twitter at ACDecepticon and check me out on Instagram at MyLifeInCollecting.